Picture yourself shopping, searching for a new winter coat or something similar. Then out of the blue, you glance up and realize that the once familiar Walmart lights don't appear as they should.
Oh my God.
Unlike this woman, what you're observing is a fire blazing several miles away.
That's crazy. Like, I've never seen nothing like that before, so I didn't really understand what was going on.
She keeps recording while passing by, most likely alerting someone to the incident. But consider if they hadn't noticed. Envision if she hadn't been filming and hadn't spotted the flames.
30 seconds in, I was like, I shot the video and then I was out. Like, I did not want to stay in there.
It's worth contemplating how much time might have passed before the situation was attended to. Considering what these Walmart employees have to go through, I'd argue they don't get paid enough. You've seen unusual situations in your life, right? Have you seen a dog crash into a Walmart? If not, here's a first. A shopper brought their dogs to Walmart and left them in the car. However, a peculiar incident unfolded. It was a Walmart employee who observed the car moving gradually. Initially, she brushed it off. Yet as the car continued its slow movement towards the wall, her concerns grew. With only moments to spare, she managed to evade the car before it collided with the wall. The truth emerged. One dog was calmly seated in the driver's seat, orchestrating the entire driving episode.
Dogs can be your best friends, and in this situation, they can be your enemy too.
Meanwhile, the second dog, occupying the passenger seat, inadvertently rolled down the car windshield after the crash. Wait, was it expecting the damage it had caused? Well, there is a straightforward explanation. The car's owner, an elderly woman, had left the vehicle running for the dogs to remain comfortable while she shopped. The dogs, accidentally knocking the gearshift out of park, set the car in motion. However, who knows? We might witness the dogs behind the wheel for real sometime soon.
I would laugh for sure, and then I'd be like, oh wow, dogs can drive.
Installing CCTV cameras in a store serves a singular purpose. And for a massive enterprise like Walmart, capturing thieves in the act stands out as a primary objective. According to the management, these cameras have proven significantly useful on several occasions. They've thwarted attempts by certain individuals to escape scrutiny and successfully execute their sinister agendas, as seen in this video. In the footage, you can distinctly hear the store security personnel on the phone with 911, providing information about a suspected robbery about to unfold.
They've got a cart full and they're in a U-Haul truck.
And where's the U-Haul?
In the parking lot.
Kudos to her swift thinking. Armed only with clips from the security camera, she observes them loading their cart with various items, even sampling a range of perfumes. Perhaps it's her training that enables her to identify these individuals as criminals or just her instincts. Whatever the source, it proves spot on, as these men are captured on camera leaving the store with the entire haul amassed in the shopping cart.
Yeah, they're gonna go right now. I gotta go make the apprehension.
Urgently responding, the vigilant security woman dashes after the man in the car, simultaneously alerting the police about the unfolding situation. Subsequently, a protracted car chase ensues, culminating in the arrest of the thief who had successfully fled in the stolen vehicle they had arrived in. This next video reminds for an intruder in the woods, you might want one of these. Observe how this man in a pink shirt is browsing the battery section of this Walmart. In the background, a voice can be heard, seemingly urging the individual to find employment, almost as if the speaker's intentions are to provoke. Soon he seizes the battery and makes a hasty dash towards the exit. With a forceful push, he shoves his shoulder against the door, propelling it open and rushing into the street. His appearance doesn't quite resemble that of a car owner. The desperation in his attire and overall body language is conspicuous. Does this imply he's attempting to steal the battery? With a prospective buyer apparently already lined up and waiting, your guess is as good as mine. We've seen several Walmart fires, but none quite like this one. Images from the aftermath show nothing was saved after the devastating incident. You can hear the officers from the police department shouting to check if anyone remains inside the engulfed building. Just as the fire gains intensity outside, a glance out of the window reveals the flames, and an officer's confirmation confirms its significant strength. The fire department dedicates substantial time to extinguish the blaze. However, by the time they finish, only charred remnants of the products on the shelves are left. Authorities have apprehended a 14-year-old girl who admitted to igniting the fire that ravaged the store, leading to its temporary closure. The police managed to locate the girl within a week, with reports suggesting that a social media post might have aided in their discovery that the fire wasn't accidental. Though how she started the fire remains unknown, there are indications that she might have viewed it as part of a TikTok challenge. Isn't that astonishing? The specter of danger looms ubiquitously. Given the persuasive malevolence depicted in news broadcasts, encouraging vigilance in all facets of life, this woman maintains heightened awareness as she shops with her daughter at a Walmart store. What she witnessed invoked deep fear. Observing a man tailing them and surreptitiously taking photographs, she swiftly responds by capturing a video of his actions.
I don't know him. He's following me and recording me.
Summoning a shop attendant and a store manager, she alerts them to the man's conduct, which they both concur is undeniably unsettling. However, at this point, the man in question has vanished. The harrowing details this woman discovers about the man from a Google search will undoubtedly send shivers down your spine.
I shared the video and the photos on TikTok. I posted it locally, and he has been identified. He is a registered sex offender.
He's classified as a level 1 registered sex offender, and her proactive actions have effectively brought this criminal to the attention of the police officers. The frequency of incidents involving police shootings is concerning. While there is often less outcry when the person in question is deemed a threat to themselves or others, what occurs when there's a more viable, less perilous alternative? In this instance, the victim is 33-year-old Stephen Taylor. It seems he might have fared better if met by a less impulsive, aggressive officer. The police were summoned following a 911 call about a man at a Walmart store holding a bat and attempting to leave the premises.
No, he didn't leave the store yet.
What race is he and what does he look like?
He's African American. He's African American. He's kind of skinny.
How old does he look?
5'11". He's about probably late 20 and mid 30.
What color shirt and pants does he have on?
He has on black pants.
Okay.
And black shirt.
What color shirt, sir?
Black shirt. It's a don't smoke t-shirt. It's like a bear on the front of the shirt.
Okay. And has he walked out yet?
No, he's also turning customers right now. The customers are actually trying to help. I guess he's trying to he's turning the customers to get the customers.
Hold on, sir. Is he trying to actually steal something, or is he in an argument with another customer?
No, he's actually trying to steal something.
Okay. Did he swing the bat at anybody?
No, he just has it in the air right now.
Officers promptly reach the scene and encounter Stephen, who matches the provided description. He holds a bat, but his actions are relatively inert. The police attempt to persuade him to place the bat on the ground, but he resists. Instead of adhering to the command, he seems to be moving closer to the officer. When he was tased, he was seemingly unfazed. He continues to move forward, and the officer's command to drop the bat is audible. A sound resonates, causing Stephen to fall to the ground. Witness the moments just before he was wounded. In spite of being down on the ground, officers show no remorse and cuff him. Two men entered a Walmart. One of them concealed his face with a balaclava, while the other openly displayed a gun tucked into his waistband, visible to everyone present. Initially, they halted at the aisle containing Subway products, seemingly selecting a beverage. Afterward, they swiftly headed towards the jewelry counter. Throughout their movement in the store, there's no indication of aggression. Upon reaching the jewelry counter, their demeanor suggests they are delighting in a casual exploration, displaying no intention to abscond with any items. Starting from the instant the two men enter the store until they reach the jewelry aisle, their conduct is devoid of confrontation, threats, or harm towards anyone. They seem to coexist in isolation, not disrupting any shoppers or staff. The sole interaction they have is at the outset, appearing as if they are familiar with the person and engaging in a conversation that could be considered friendly. In swift response to alarmed calls from shoppers fearing an active shooter situation, the police arrive promptly. The two men were briefly detained to defuse the situation and allay the anxious feelings of other shoppers. While one might anticipate charges against these men, none will be pursued as they did not violate any laws. The gun found in the waistband turned out to be a pellet gun, and wearing a mask in a public place isn't against the law. Given that no one was threatened, confronted, or harmed, the public prosecutor's office chose not to file charges. However, lawmakers are showing heightened activity, aiming to enact a law that restricts wearing full-face masks for entry into business environments. Have you ever witnessed a chaotic brawl? Such physical altercations often result in highly undesirable consequences, and the situation becomes even more alarming when it unfolds in a crowded public space laden with consumable and non-consumable items, as seen in a Walmart. In this Walmart aisle, a group of approximately 5 to 6 individuals is engaged in a tumultuous clash. Among them, one woman notably employs pepper spray, unleashing its contents on others, including young ones. Soon, a police officer arrives on the scene, tasked with restoring order.
Back off!
The officer apprehends one of the women involved, placing her in handcuffs amidst the clamor of protesting voices and attempts at justifying their behavior. Evidently, they seem to be sisters, apparent from their screams captured in the video. The first sister is taken into custody without any major incident, despite some shouting and resistance from her sibling.
I'ma leave. All right. No, my sister's pregnant.
As the police attempt to apprehend the remaining sibling, she puts up resistance, compelling the officers to employ a degree of force. Amidst a tumult of shouts and cries, she grapples with the arresting officer, who is ultimately compelled to push her down. This scenario prompts both sisters to engage in a struggle, resulting in goods being scattered and the store's condition deteriorating even further. Their resistance is effectively captured in this footage. They kick, wrestle, and employ every means except compliance with the officer's orders. Amidst the chaos, a shopper within the store can be observed berating the cop who has pinned one of the sisters to the ground. He secures her with his knees against her leg while she remains face down. Arguably, the most agonizing moment surfaces when one of the women actually bites the police officer, triggering an immediate reaction. Amidst the bedlam of scuffle, shouting, and intense fury exhibited by the woman, the task of escorting them from the store to their cruiser becomes notably challenging for the police. Even as they are ushered out of the store, they are forcibly pushed to the ground one more time. The officers implicated in this incident were subsequently exonerated from any misconduct. The police justified their actions by citing their entitlement to self-defense and the necessity to act in such circumstances. Nicholas Cruz, the notorious 19-year-old, is remembered for his violent act at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School on February 14th of 2018. In this tragic incident, Cruz claimed the lives of 17 individuals and left 17 others injured. Taking advantage of the chaos he created, he managed to escape, seamlessly blending into the stream of students fleeing the scene of the horrifying massacre. However, his bid for an unobstructed escape was thwarted. He was apprehended merely an hour later in the nearby Coral Springs. In the trial video featuring Nicholas, the current witness on the stand is Carlos Regueles, a subway manager.
To Wednesday, February the 14th, 2018, how long had you worked at that subway?
Would be 6 or 7 years.
Okay. And did they have a surveillance system? Did they have a surveillance system?
Yes.
When you were working there on Wednesday, February the 14th, 2018?
Yes.
How did the system work?
It would record the cameras by motion, I believe.
Okay. And did you operate the system?
Yeah.
All right. And you were familiar with the system?
Yes, somewhat.
Okay. There would come a time where you viewed what happened on the afternoon of February 14, 2018.
Yes.
Okay. And have you reviewed that video?
Yes.
And does that video truly and accurately depict you and someone that you served at that subway inside Walmart?
Yes.
Okay. Let me show you State's Exhibit.
Carlos recounts his experience of that day of the infamous massacre. He was working at a subway located within the Walmart at Coral Springs, which is just a short distance away from the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Carlos Regales and Sarah witnessed Nicholas Cruz at the subway shortly after the assailant opened fire and fled. Nicholas entered the subway and approached the counter where Carlos, dressed in a green shirt and hat, was stationed.
Do you remember what you were serving him?
He wanted an icy mixed. It was a cherry and a blue raspberry.
In an unremarkable manner, the killer placed an order, chose an icy beverage, and left, just like an ordinary individual on an average day. Although Nicholas appeared relatively composed while ordering an icy drink, there was a subtle undercut of tension apparent in his body language. The tension was observable in his unsteady hands and the way he kept his head lowered, deliberately concealed from the view of the security cameras. Nicholas received a life sentence in prison without the chance of parole, as the jury was unable to reach a consensus on imposing the death penalty. Throughout history, the balance between the use of force in arrests and the demands of justice has been a significant issue. However, it's only in recent times that this matter has faced significant scrutiny and criticism. This specific incident, upon being aired, stirred a degree of public outrage. Now, you have the opportunity to witness it yourself and form your personal perspective on the actions of both the shoplifter and the officer making the arrest. The fundamental question at hand is whether the level of force applied is appropriate or excessive. In the video, the police officer attentively observes the surveillance feed, quickly spotting behaviors that raise suspicions. Security personnel are perpetually vigilant for any signs of unusual activity. Reacting promptly, the officer leaves the back room and heads to the shop floor. However, the shoplifter is equally alert, swiftly making his escape. The officer pursues closely in a chase, capturing the unfolding events. Watch this.
Come here, dude! He's going all the way towards the front again.
You can hear the shoplifter apologizing as he runs.
I'm sorry! Drop and stop!
The officer catches up to him as he got into his vehicle.
I'm sorry! Get out of the car! I'm sorry! Get out of the car! I got t-shirts, I only got t-shirts!
The shoplifter maintains a stream of apologies and mentions that he only took a shirt, which he holds in his hands. The officer has his taser gun at the ready, poised to deploy it if the shoplifter does not cooperate. As the shoplifter begins to search his waistband, the officer swiftly draws his gun.
Oh, that t-shirt on the ground!
A t-shirt slips from the shoplifter's pocket and he drops it to the ground. The officer places the handcuffs on him while the man continues to apologize and assert that he only stole t-shirts. A search of the shoplifter was carried out right in the parking lot, leading to the discovery of several t-shirts in his person.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave behind. Get your hands out of your pocket! Oh, got t-shirts down on the ground! I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's remarkable how the shoplifter maintains a remorseful attitude throughout this entire process. He repeatedly expresses his regret, even saying "I effed up" multiple times. This apology persists as he's placed into the police cruiser, often accompanied by an expression of remorse. Additionally, he admits that the jacket he was wearing had also been stolen from Walmart.
Looking for, I f***ed up. Did you take the jacket too? Yes, that's the jacket. That's the jacket. I'm sorry. This is mine.
An officer takes the time to detail the upcoming steps, which encompass the process of booking and processing to be conducted back at the station.
If you had just stopped in there and said, okay, I'll give you the stuff back, he would have handed you a summons, you would have walked away. Okay, but because of everything else that escalated, because of you trying to escape and the actions that you took, you have to be processed.
I never see him behind me.
Would you please continue listening to me? Please don't be rude to me. I'm not being rude to you. I'm not yelling at you. Okay. When you get down to detention, they're going to take your picture, fingerprint you, and if you don't have any warrants, they're most likely going to give you a summons right on the spot. But you're going to be going to detention whether you want to or not. Okay? It's going to take a couple hours out of your life, but you know what? That's a consequence of your actions. Okay? So that being said, the sooner you put your feet in the vehicle and we process this paperwork, the sooner you'll be on your way.
Can I talk to her, please?
Yeah, we'll definitely allow that.
What do you think of this situation? Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, friends.